Welcome. This is Mudding with BEAGS, episode 43. And it's really weird, some of the stuff I find.
Hey, old man, what you doing up there?
I'm not sure.
You need any help getting down, sir?
I don't think so.
Stupid bastard.
No worse than us. He's all action and no theory. We're all theory and no action.
And I hope you enjoyed that little thing. And I got a new shirt in the mail this week. There you go. Mudflood Club. And that's the back right there. And that is in the links down in the description. You get your merch for Mudflood Club. And I got all kinds of t-shirts and hoodies and mugs and what have yous in there. And all that goes to support my work. So feel free to get yourself a membership club t-shirt. I think it's pretty cool. This one's purple. Goes with my hat. Got me a new hat this week. Anyways, check them out in the description. Beagle, roll them credits. Let's go mudding.
What is it? Is it treasure map? And we got 1862 on the James River in Virginia. Effective Confederate shot on Federal ironclad Galena. So, anyhow, we got a cannon that's not a cannon. I don't believe cannons fired balls. Sorry, I am just not falling for that one no more. We got some soldiers sitting around. I guess these are part of the demolition crew. I believe the Civil War was a campaign to go to some of these cities that were lying around and dispose of buildings they couldn't account for. They had way too many buildings. We have no idea how many buildings were in this country. But anyways, got an ironclad, and got 1865, Charleston, South Carolina. After the bombardment, this is on Meeting Street looking south, showing St. Michael's Church, the Mills House, and ruins of the circular church. That's a mouthful. And I'm always interested in Charleston. You see this a lot. And yeah, there it is. See, that's brick. And it's got the, the stucco or concrete or whatever they use to cover over it to make a facade looking. They wanted it to look like stone, but it's actually brick. So we need to get the brick counted there. Very important. We got to give a total of how many trillions of bricks were used in America and how they were, all manufactured in the same time frame and with the limited technology and the limited resources and manufacturing capabilities of the time. And that looks like it's been Vanilla Sky to me. That's very interesting right there. It's going into an arch here. Looks like a lamp post or something. I don't know what's doing there. It's kind of weird. Old wrought iron, brick. Old wind catcher here. Clocks are expensive. Gas light. Big old arches. Got another church. Portholes. Possibly clocks in there maybe. Probably a part of an old wind catcher. Got cobblestone road. And I'm looking at some people are thinking that cobblestone roads are old brick roads that were melted. And I'm not convinced of that theory yet. I'm awaiting evidence that will point me into a direction that makes me believe that, but I haven't seen it yet. The official story is in Charleston, that the ships, when they came over, they were loaded down empty, and they were loaded down with rocks as ballast, and the rocks were then offloaded into the shore, into the water, and then the rocks washed up on shore, and then the people went down there and grabbed the rocks and used them as the cobblestone. Big old columns there. I bet that's a brick column down there in the center of that, which is interesting. So anyways, these rocks supposedly, now this is the official story, but these rocks supposedly came from Europe. Maybe England, but Europe. And we got 1890s Old State House in Boston. So this one's for you, Boston Ray. Shout out to old Boston Ray. Old Michelle L channel. He's trying to create him a new channel, so go and sub old Boston Ray, and we're going to do some boots on the ground in Boston, and we're going to start uncovering the BS that is Boston's history. I think we got some good stuff coming up for you, and Boston Ray is on the job, and he's out there filming these days and getting new stuff. Check out this tiny door right here. That's so kind of weird right there. Windows on ground level, very strange. Telegraph Messenger Company. Look how these stairs are on an angle. You got an angled street here, windows going into the ground. This is the window sill, and then the windows are underground here, because that makes sense. Yes, Mr. Contractor, I'd like a quote on a building that has windows that go at a slope into the ground because, well, we want to look like freaking idiots. Thank you, Mr. Contractor. Give me a quote by morning. Big old archway there. That looks like it should go right on into the ground and get bigger. Mudflood winter back there. That's Fred right there. Fred is the horse that built America, in case you were unaware and uninformed. And now you are. And that is an arc light. Da-da-dee-da, what can we find? Arch. Da-da-da, ether fencing there. Ether finials. Those are grabbing the ether from the air. That's collecting free energy. Or it was at one time until they decided to make us pay for it. And I think they're still charging us for free energy, but you know, we're kind of dumb these days, but what can you do? Got Mudflood possible door there. I'm not sure. There's a window here. I'm wondering if that's a door. It's hard to tell. Something going on right there. Definitely some hanky-panky. Boston Ray, get that right there. See what's going on right there. That's probably not still there. That's probably gone. I don't know. They tear down so much. They love tearing it down. Got the unicorn and the lion. I believe that's the old world symbol right there. Got your flat earth asterisks right here. Clocks are expensive. Got a fleur-de-lis representing the Taurus or the flat earth. I think these are called urns. Maybe a Phoenician wave here. Got some sacred geometry going on here. Got the ether finials there. I think these flagpoles were not here. I think we added those. That's a flat earth asterisk right there. It's just you double it on the bottom and that's a flat earth asterisk. It's probably a wind catcher at one time. I does believe that's something right there. It's interesting. And what else? What else? What you gonna give us? That's old glass. You see how the glass looks there? That's old glass. I do believe. And we got 1908 east front of the U.S. Capitol with Washington Monument at the left. I guess the Washington Monument is right over here. big old 1,000,000-foot penis. Anyways, and there's Fred. Fred's on the job as usual, getting it done. And just because a horse can move big ass heavy shit doesn't mean it's the, smartest, most intelligent way to move big heavy ass shit. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you did do something. Let me make that clear. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you did do something. Okay? Just because these horses could move big ass logs and big ass stones and big ass brick and this big ass that doesn't mean that they moved all this material. Okay? Just because you can do something doesn't mean you did. Okay? We need to be clear about that. Anywho, we know this building goes into the ground. I think you do this research long enough, you know this sucker goes into the ground. Got torus fields here. Pyramid symbology. Big old cupola. Horseshit statues, probably from the old world. I bet that's a wind catcher of some sort. Not the best quality picture. That looks like that is a porthole. See how the window is open? So that's a porthole. That's part of the wind catcher system. Let's see. And last week I didn't get to make a video, MUDDIN video, because I had a major equipment failure, and took me a hot minute to figure out how to fix it. I've been using for a long time the wrong equipment. I didn't know that, and I thought I was using good equipment, but come to find out I was definitely not. And so after doing some research and some thinking and some figuring of how to, do it properly, I got my act together, and then I ordered a part, and then realized I ordered the wrong part, and then had to order a different part, had to wait on that to come in. Then I had to install it and get it configured and working. Anyways, it's working now. I'm good to go on that, and right now my system's running at 100%. So this year we're starting off the year with all new gear, and that should help a lot of the problems I've been having over the last year technically, which have been, I've had a lot of nightmarish problems because of technical stuff. But anyways, that's why I didn't do a video last week, and that's why this one's going to be a wee bit on the long side, because, I'm sitting there for a week, and ain't got nothing to do but think about what to do on the video. So we got April 1865, burnt district. Okay. Richmond, Virginia, ruins of the state arsenal yard. Okay, so this is where the official story is that they set the arsenal on fire when the Union troops were on the way, and they blew up the city the arsenal in order to, so that, they didn't want the Union to have the city. That's the official horseshit story, but whatever. It's all horseshit. Just like cannons are horseshit. Yeah. It's just a bunch of BS. But I don't remember seeing any of this when I was in Richmond. I don't know. So I don't think smokestacks was smokestacks. They had one hell of an explosion here. And, it's interesting, that we don't see the bricks melted. So, that's something to note. Not everything, not every building is melted. Are there melted buildings? Absolutely. And they're from a previous reset, not the reset, the most recent reset. I believe that was a actual mud flood attack. And the melted buildings, I believe, were in a much older reset. This image, I believe, is vanilla skied. It is very, very vanilla sky looking. Yep. I can't 100% confirm it, I don't think, but it definitely has a very vanilla sky look to it. Anywho, got Atlantic City, New Jersey on the beach between 1890 and 1910. And Creepy Kid. Anyways, we got big old wind catchers, cupolas, ether antennas, people in silly uniforms. You people are just so silly, I don't get it. And what in the world? I mean, look at all the ether antennas on that thing. Why would you build a beautiful structure like that on a pier? I mean, gosh, that's just crazy. I don't even know how many piers I've seen go into the ocean in my lifetime. I have no idea. Anyways, Boston. Hey, Boston, Ray. And we got 1912 East Cambridge Bridge. And I just thought this was some, interesting architecture and engineering and stuff. And there's Fred. He's the horse that built America. In case you weren't aware of that, he must have already offloaded his stone or brick or wood or whatever the hell he's offloading. And we got to see what's going on around here. Smokestack. It ain't no smokestack. It's just such a strange world. I think that's Boss Man right there. Walking down the road, checking out everything, make sure everything's good to go. What else we got? 1910 right here. So this is taken. They're saying this was built in 1910. Okay. Not saying it ain't. Not saying it was either. Anything for 1942. I usually say 45, but it's really 42. I say 45, it's easier to remember. Anyways, anything for 1942, I believe, is suspect to possibly not being what we're told. Another smokestack's not a smokestack. That's just a weird, what is that? It's like a trolley car street bridge something. I don't know, that's odd. More smokestacks, everywhere smokestacks. So we got trolley lines down here and trolley lines up here. That's really weird. Okay, strange picture. Buffalo, New York, circa 1904, St. Paul's Cathedral, Episcopal. There's Boss Man right there. He can go into Boss Manning. There's that weird shield thingy symbol. I don't know what that means. It looks like it's like a scrubbed cartouche, but it's a weird shape. I see that a lot. I don't know what it means or what have you, but it's interesting. None's the list. What else you got? Okay, alright. There's Fred. Fred's the horse built America. Yep, no doubt. And we got access to the underground here. This trapdoor. And this one has pavement light in it. You see those circles? That's pavement light. Yep. And there's a drop into the underground right there. And we'll come back to that, I think. Take a look. Rosewinder. That's interesting. We've got something that's been removed here. Maybe a clock. I don't know. Pressure gauge. I don't know. That's a wild looking steeple. arches. Big old arches. Man. Got their finials up here. Pyramid symbology. Arc light. Let's go over here. Okay, this is a little trick I like to do. Adjustment and then lighten it up, and sometimes it'll let you see something. I'm not seeing a whole lot, but there's something going on right there, I think. Hard to tell though. It kind of looks like some kind of underground business right there. I don't know. Anyways, we got CM and St. Paul Railway Station, I think. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 1908. Says RY. Oh wait, what does it say here? RY station. Must be the railway station. Anyways, we got coal hole cover, coal hole cover, coal hole cover. We got pavement light right there. Got it there too, it looks like. Might be the grading right here and here and here. Hard to tell. Let's see, 1908. Yeah, it could be grading. That is a flat earth asterisk right there. That is the symbol for flat earth. And it's the horizontal representing the flat plane of earth and the vertical representing the north and south magnetic poles, and the X representing the torus fields, magnetic torus field surrounding us. And I know it's hard to see, but it's there. And got an arc light, barbershop. Okay, anytime I see barbershop, I look down, and right here we have an opening to the underground. And we already know there's underground because we've got pavement light. Pavement light is cover up for Mudflood. Very intricate work there. Let's see. A porthole there. You got drop-ins to the underground here. Maybe windows underground. Got looks like, man, it's hard to tell. These might just be windows underground. I thought maybe there's some stairs there, but I think they're just windows. Got windows underground here, because, yeah, that makes sense. Look how thick that curb is. That curb is freaking huge. How high is that curb? That thing is, hell, that's a good 12-inch curb. I don't know. That's crazy. Man. I don't know. That's boss man right there. And this building is brick, and then this is facade here. Facade is just a covering. Okay. Clocks are expensive. And this one has the 4 lines for 4, which is interesting. Not the 1V or 1 line V. That's a wind catcher there. Yeah. Oh, check out that ether finial. Boy, that thing's gonna suck some ether. Check out that dude climbing up on the roof. Yep. Go, Big Daddy. Temple. Okay. Those are interesting street lights. Ghost Man. Got Fred and Wilbur there hanging out, getting the horsing done. Alright. Moving forward. And we got Chelsea, Michigan, 1901, Glazier Stove Company, shipping room, heated by Round Oak number 20 stove. And I thought this picture was kind of cool because of this old stove here. This style is just really neat. 1888 or I-888 maybe? Not sure. Oak. Round oak. Interesting. Look at that thing on top. How cool is that? That's weird packaging. What do they sell here? Stove Company. Okay. Weird crates. Oh, look at that. What is that? It must be like a stove part. Oh, that's wild. Old fire hydrant hose. They pull around and hook it up. Those things right there are very, very rare and valuable now. Look at those arched windows back there. Anyways, and we got Chicago, April 1943. General view of part of the South Water Street, Illinois Central Railroad freight terminal. And I don't normally show color photographs, but this one just struck my fancy because it was these huge buildings that were just incredible. But it's a cool car. I just noticed, that's interesting. I just noticed that, poor hole maybe, look how dirty they are. And, you know, I know that, okay, we got smoke coming from the trains and smog, I guess, but, I mean, it just looks like too much, it looks like damage, like it was, I don't know, it just looks damaged. It's really just struck me as odd. I mean, look how antiquitechy that thing looks. Big old ether antennas on it. I don't know the years of these buildings, but, you know, this is 43, so anything for 42 I consider suspect. Chimney that's not a chimney. Smokestack, excuse me. Big old clock. Can't tell about the 4 there. It's too hard to see. Big old ether antenna. I don't know the names of buildings in Chicago. Too many of these big ass buildings, man. But I mean, that looks old world. I mean, I don't know. Hard to tell. And I believe they had steel in the old world. And I think there's something to do with the steel and the manipulation of the matrix in 1942 that I think some of the answers might be able to be found at the antenna. In that kind of corner of the research is how we had the steel come in, was it early 1900s, something like that, and then in 42 they changed the matrix, I believe. That's my opinion. And maybe the steel, there's some answers in the steel, because we don't normally study steel, but I know there are buildings that are mud flooders that are steel buildings. So I'm questioning that. I don't even know how to explain what I'm saying there, but it's just, I'm just kind of rambling my thoughts. I don't have all the answers. Hell, I don't have most of the answers. I'm trying to figure all this out just like everybody else. We have a lot more questions than we do answers at this point. But, you know, let's keep at it, see what we can figure out. You know, as long as we don't stick our head in the sand and say, no, 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 that doesn't exist, no, no, no. You know, a skeptic, you know, is about as good as a, you know, tits on a boar hog, if you ask me. And we got Cincinnati, Ohio, circa 1910, Walnut Street. I used to live on a Walnut Street. Not there, but there's Fred. Fred's the Horse Build America. We got Pavement Light right across here. In case you never seen Pavement Light, if you don't know what that is, it's right there, all across the front here. And there's Boss Man. He's on the corner doing the Boss Man and getting it done. Got a trolley, two-rail system, scrubbed cartouche it looks like. Lady sitting in a window in a uniform. Lots of brick. Need to count on the brick. Where's all this brick coming from? Look into brick manufacturing, how hard it is to make brick. I'm not saying we couldn't make brick. Let me be freaking clear, because you got dumbasses out there say, well, we can make brick, man. We knew how to make brick. We built brick, man. We did brick. Oh, yeah. We got the brick. We go www. Get us a brick, man. I know you can make brick, dumbasses. What I'm talking about is, where did the billions of bricks come from that built this world, all around the world at the same time frame? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about building one building. This building is absolutely 100% vanilla skied. 100% confirmed photoshopped. You can see right there on the edge of the building that they cut it out. You see that jaggy line right there? Look at that. Oh my God. What in the hell did they do that for? I mean, they're not even trying. How the hell do you even do that? Oh, that's so freaking weird. That is 100% confirmed cartouche. Scrubbed cartouche. That is 100% confirmed photoshopped vanilla skied picture. Looks like it reels up there. So they took something out of the side here. Why? And they left this. But they might have cut it out over here too. But that is a 100% confirmed photoshopped image. Not saying they added anything, but they definitely subtracted. Check out that cornice there. Very interesting. Got an ether antenna there. I think a horseshit smokestack that we added. We definitely add horse crap like that. That's a weird symbol. I don't know. Oh man, that's a ball that represents the globe, man. You get on the globe and you go, boy, we on the ball spinning in the world, out in the universe, 26,000 miles per hour, and gonna spin off. Oh, good Lord. And we got a Taurus hill. And that is a flat earth asterisk right there. You got your vertical and your horizontal and your X. That's an asterisk. Just saying, it's everywhere. Why is it everywhere? Can you explain that? Why are you using that symbol everywhere? And still today, why are you using it everywhere? I saw a picture this past week of just randomly of Taylor Swift, that hussy, Taylor Swift. And she was on the top of like the Empire State Building or some shit. And she was wearing a shirt with a flat earth asterisk on it. I mean, it's just everywhere. Just you're gonna see that thing. I'm telling you. There's Fred and Wilbur. They're the horses that built America. Got pavement lights right here on the bottom. There's an opening. That's a trap door opening into the underground. You got ventilation in the underground right here. Pavement light there. Pavement light is cover up for the mud flood. That's Boss Man right there. And we got the cover up crew here. Got a clock. Clocks are expensive. What else you gonna show us? We got dirt roads, because that makes sense. Got more pavement light right there. Da-da. Okay, I think I've exhausted that one. Circa 1910, Pennsylvania Station, Main Concourse, New York. And most people are up here looking at the steel and all that, but I'm always just drawn to the pavement light. Every time. That's all pavement light, which I find just fascinating. That is all pavement light. That is very cool to me. And there's more pavement light down here, it looks like. Hard to tell though. Not sure about that. That could be a flat earth asterisk right there, but I cannot confirm that. Just possibility. Look at these windows. Where are those open into? That's interesting. Oh, look at that. That's been modified right there. You see, they've done some hanky-panky photo work here, editing of that going up there. They've manipulated that for some reason, in some way. For some reason. Why did they do that? That's been manipulated. I don't know if that one's been manipulated, but it kind of looks like this right here looks like, I don't know what that is. That one's kind of weird, but that one is definitely like cable rigging or something. Look, you can see it over here. It's tied off there, goes over here. But right here it gets, you know, that's really odd. I don't know. It's like they've scratched the negative or something a little bit to hide it or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make the picture look better at a distance, maybe. I don't know. It could be. Could be something simple as that. Could be innocent. I mean, not everything's a conspiracy, you know. But, you know, it's you know, the height of ignorance to believe that there is no conspiracy. City Hall, Holyoke, Massachusetts, 1908. And I guess they need a big ass building in 1908 to do whatever they do there. Holyoke Ice Company, Fred and Wilbur on the job. Boss man, taking care of business. And got a water fountain, it looks like. I was about to say, that looks like it goes down in the ground. It does. God. Old Royal Fire Hydrant. I believe fire hydrants were here. Check out those lights. Oh, the horseshit mortar cannons. Oh, goodness. Well, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall listening to the cannon meeting where they said, well, we got to come up with a reason what these cannons is for, what these things for. Oh, let's call them cannons. Oh, yeah. And we'll say that they put balls in them and they shot them and blew all kinds of things up. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea, man. Yeah, that's it. Got, you know, Mudflood windows there in case you need them. That could be pavement light right there, but I cannot confirm that. More, you know, Mudflood windows. Y'all ain't here for Mudflood, are you? Nah. Mudflood was a Mudflood. Oh, good Lord. That did not originally go there. I mean, look, come on. you're going to put that flagpole there, and then you're going to have to strap it down with 1, 2, 3, 4 straps. At least. Seriously? Come on. That's not original. And does that roof look like it? Does it look like it goes there like that? This roof right here. This looks strange to me. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. It just seems like they look at this arch. It goes in. I don't know. I don't know. Look at that ether finial right there. Man, ether fencing. Got a wind catcher. Man, ether finials up here, ether fencing, more ether finial. Big old wind catcher clock with 4 lines. So there's a 4-line 4, Roman numeral 4. That's interesting. Don't know what that's about. Another ether finial, ether fencing across the top, ether fencing. And there's your output. This is your input for your wind catcher, and this is your output. You always had an in, and you always had an out. And what that does is it brings the air in, and it goes down through the building, and it goes through the rooms, through chambers and tunnels or whatever, some sort of ways that the air moved around in the building, and it would push cool air in and the hot air out, and the hot air would shoot out the top there. That's how it worked. It's old world tech. More Mudflood windows there. Got some, look at that horseshit cannon right there. Got some action going on down here. Matter of fact, we got enough action. I think we're going to break out our little thing here and see if we can see anything. That's really weird. Can't really tell what they're doing though. Looks like it's under construction some way, or they're refurbishing it, or I don't know. Another ether finial. Look at that. Got a broken fence there. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we're not going to mess with that picture. We like it the way it is. And we got Cleveland, Ohio, 1908. New England building, Elucid Avenue. And Elucid Avenue is at the time, was the main drag. It was where all the hoity-toity, rich and, assholey people lived in their big-ass mansions, including David Rockefeller. So this is their hangout at this time, supposedly. Official story. There's Boss Man doing the boss manning. Oh, wow. Okay, what the hell's going on there? Get my bearings here. That is a... Okay, they're putting steel I-beams into these right here. Setting them down in there, and that goes down into the ground. That's interesting. Doesn't that look like a castle wall? Kind of weird. They got something right there that's been scratched off the negative. They're hiding something there. I don't know what it is. Can't tell. Arc lights there. There's Fred and Wilbur. Aren't they pretty? And that's Wilma. That's Fred's girl right there. She's checking out Fred's bootang. Hoorah! And we got pavement light right here on the front. That's pavement light. And that's a coal hole cover. Another coal hole cover right there. Colonial Theater. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, Star Theater. Yeah, I remember that theater. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I think that's still there, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I think it is. I can't remember. There's pavement light. There's a trap door there and a trap door there. Coal hole cover. Coal hole cover. Check out that little electric car. Cool. Coal hole cover. Coal hole cover. Coal hole cover. More pavement light. More pavement light. More pavement light. Got prism glass up in the transom right here. That shoots light into the building. Pavement light, of course, is the cover-up for the mud flood. More pavement light there. It just goes on and on and on. Check that out. So there's some of that wrought iron facading, galvanized facading that they would put in Phoenician shell. Wow, that's a big ass archway there. Got more pavement light here. Ladies in uniform. Another big ass arch. Garfield, I believe, is the name of that one. Pavement light. Look, that's part of a wind catcher right there. Those windows right there. Got pavement light right there. Let's see. Arched windows. Let's back out. More arched windows here. It's kind of weird. Oh, that's a horseshit awning. Okay, so they called Mr. Contractor in. He put in some awnings. Got that installed. Oh, more horseshit awnings. Oh, yeah. He's good at that. Oh, yeah. And check out this lady hanging out the window. Interesting symbology there. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. I don't know where to look. So much to look at. And I'm just looking. And look at that. And what in the world is going on here? Why you got a rope hanging down? That's weird. What are you gonna climb down in there? I mean, seriously? What'd you do? Drop your keys? I don't know. Facaded. Check out these doors that they could close up. That's weird. Little shutters. Torus fields up here. Arches. Dang. And those are going to be the lions right there, I believe. Can't see them too crisp, but they look like lions. Which, you know, are representative of the old world. You know, Tartarian lions, as I call them. Does that mean Tartaria, you know, was America? No. Just means Tartaria was in America. You know, Tartaria was all over the world, just like America's all over the world. You know, we have our foot up everybody's ass around the world. It's the same thing. Okay, they had their, you know, foot holding all around the world. Okay. This looks photoshopped to Vanilla Sky here. At least the top half does, but it's hard to tell. I don't know. It could be clouds. I don't know. Hard to tell on that one. Okay, got Concord, New Hampshire, new high school between 1900 and 1910. And we got Mudflood windows on the bottoms level. And this is all facade. That's not big stonework. That'll be brick that goes all the way down. I mean, they're not going to bring in bricks, you know, stones the size of, you know, pyramid stones in order to do that. And look at this right here. I mean, talk about horse shit. Look how they did that. They didn't even concrete it here. They didn't put in concrete sidewalk. They just put in steps and then dirt. And then they put a retaining wall. God. Oh, man. 1907, supposedly. Look how big that door is. Because little kids need a big-ass door to get through. Yeah. And I mean, imagine how hard it would be for the little kids to open up a big-ass door. Oh, that's the high school. Oh, so they're a little bit bigger. Excuse me. Big old arches with keystone. Kind of plain building, but I bet you nickel there was something on there at one point that now look like it's been something's been taken off of there. Just a thought. That stone wall back there. Interesting. And we got Conservatory and Gardens, Lincoln Park, Chicago, Illinois, 1905. And you got pretty flowers. Ladies in uniform. She looks kind of photoshopped there. I don't know. Hard to tell. I'm no expert on telling you if it's something's photoshopped unless it's like obvious, and then I can tell you. I mean, I'm not going to. Yeah, a lot of folks say, oh, this is Photoshop. That is Photoshop. Look, Photoshop, Photoshop. Oh, it don't look right. Photoshop. Yeah, well, that's not evidence. That's just speculation. And you know, I don't really want to speculate, say something, you know, absolute. I'm not going to say, that lady looks, she's Photoshopped. Oh, yeah. No. It looks like she might be. I don't know. I can't tell. This doesn't look Photoshopped, but this lady, this little girl, she doesn't look Photoshopped. This lady kind of looks kind of Photoshopped. I don't know. But is she? I don't know. Just saying. And look at all that glass. I mean, you imagine how much glass work materials and how hard it was to build glass structures. I mean, come on. Look at that chimney. Is that like ridiculous? That smokestack, that's ridiculous. That's Boss Man staring at you. Or maybe that's Boss Man. Damn. Dude, creeping me out. There's Fred. He's on the job as usual. I'm telling you, Fred's always on the job. More ladies in uniform. Little baby. Hello, little baby. And we got more ladies in uniform. See what I'm saying? Uniform. Look, it's a uniform. I'm telling you, it's a uniform. It's a costume. These people are straight out of Central Casting. They do the same thing today. They call it crisis actors. I'm just saying. And we got Corridor Union Station, Washington, D.C. between 1907 and 1920. And that sucker's long. Just look at the scale of this thing. I mean, this is just, we've looked at Union Station quite a few times. And we got swastika all over the lamps. Swastika is a very important symbol, but, you know, people, and it's still there today, these things. Swastikas all over the place. People just don't notice them. Phoenician shell. People just don't notice the swastikas anymore. I guess they tuned it out or something. I don't know. I see them everywhere, though. I guess you just have to be, you know, awake. I don't know what's going on there. What's came out of there. I mean, I mean, it's plain, but it's beautiful in its simplicity. I mean, talk about sacred geometry. I mean, just wow. Whoa, mama. Whoa, mama. What a world. December 1943, National City Christian Church on Thomas Circle in Washington, D.C. And we got some kind of horseshit narrative going on there. Phoenician shell. So I think they added this horse, took something off here, added the horse. And they absolutely 100% took something off of here. You could see the holes from where it was mounted. Ha-ha! Busted. So there was something else here, I do believe. That's me opinion, and me is sticking to it until I find out a better opinion. Just giving out my thought here. I don't know, for what it's worth. And we got National City Christian Church. Okay. Tourist field. Let's see. Just look how they just dug into the mud to build the sidewalk. I used to think it was landscaped that way. That's interesting. It's kind of hard to, but I could make a case for that being a flat earth asterisk. I'm not going to say it is, but I could make a case for it. A pyramid. There's an old wind catcher. Something was taken out of there. Got one of them urn things. Tourist field. Ether antenna. Big old dome. What else? What else? I like these roofs right here. They're cool. Can't see a whole lot else going. Anyways. And we got Detroit, 1912, Griswold Street from Capitol Park. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, that's weird looking right there. Old ghost person. See the brick building with facade. Venetian shell. Ghost tram. There's Fred. Fred's the horse built America. In case you didn't know, now you know. Once you're informed, you're informed. Good gracious. Wind catcher up there. Ether finial up there. Ether antenna. Another ether antenna. Ether finials all over the place. Smokestack that was not a smokestack. We turned it into a smokestack. Big old arches. There's a pavement light right there. Possibly a grate right there. That would have been later covered with pavement light. That's pavement light right there. Big old door. What are we gonna see? Kind of reminds me of circumpunct, symbol for the creator. Da 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 da. What are we gonna find? Man, that right there's Ghost Fred. Fred's the horse built America. In case you didn't know, I've probably already told you. There's boss man right there. A lot of ghost people around. Ooh, back out. Got a fountain. I believe fountains are old world tech. Check out these old ether lights right here. Arc light there. That's pavement light there. Possibly pavement light there. There's part of a wind catcher right there. That window that's opening up. Pyramid symbology. Vaudeville. Let's see how it's facaded. That's interesting. Not very clear there. This thing is weird. I don't know what those things are. Arched windows. Big old cupola. Probably a wind catcher. Look at that sucker back there. What else you got for us, Detroit? Ladies in uniform. Okay, I think big old archway there. I think that's about it for that. And we got Detroit, Michigan, 1900. Scene in Clark Park. In the background is merry-go-round. Merry-go-round. That's a merry-go-round? No, that's a merry-go-round. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, that's a weird merry-go-round. So you sit down on a merry-go-round. How weird is that? Okay. Children only. Okay, creepy kid. Check out that. That's cool. That's wild looking. Okay. I guess Mr. Contractor built this contraption. I don't know. Man, there's some weird looking kids there. That one right there is weird looking. That one right there is weird looking. These ones is looking somewhere, and where the hell they're looking at. Where y'all looking? Look at that little wagon. Little wagon. She must be the caretaker or something. This is interesting. They got a gazebo, which we've always, we've been speculating on the gazebos. There's that three circle pattern at the finial up there. I've been noticing, these undergrounds areas under gazebos. I don't know what they're for, but just kind of weird. Why do you need that underneath? What's going on underneath your gazebo? And we got Detroit, Michigan, 1916 Hotel Pontchartrain and Cadillac Square from City Hall. And we got, there's Fred. Fred's Horse Built America. Eagle representing the Mercury and Phoenix. Horseshit's Civil War crap statues there. I'm not a Civil War believer anymore. I know we were taught that in school, and I know that people like to root for the North or the South, but I do believe it was horseshit. Yep. I pretty much can, think that, men standing in a line and shooting musket balls at each other's heads, taking turns, is probably a very horseshit idea. Yep, going with just ridiculous. Thank you. There's Boss Man. Yeah, I don't think any man on earth is going to stand there and let somebody shoot at their damn head. I don't care if they're a soldier or not. You're going to duck. I just cannot get behind that theory. That theory is always the narrative of them just standing there and shooting at each other one after the other. That narrative just is ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. And let's see. Sorry, I got sidetracked for a second. Budweiser. Okay. Butter. Here's a little experiment for you. Take real butter, put it on a little dish, and take margarine, put it on a little dish, and stick both of them outside, in, say, spring, summer, and see what the ants do. See what happens. Yeah. Ants don't eat margarine. Think about that. Just saying. Okay. Cock the walk. Got a wind catcher. Ether finial up there. Ether antenna. Check out that big statue. There's two of them big old statues. Little obelisk on top. What else you gonna show us? What possibly else can you give us? A bar. I don't want a bar. World's something Congress automobile salesman. Okay. Pontchartrain. There's pavement light right there. Possibly right there, not sure. That's pavement light there. That's pavement light there and there. There's Pooper Scooper Man's cart, in case you're a Pooper Scooper Man watcher. It's funny, I started calling out the Pooper Scooper Man watchers, and ever since they've quit watching. I ain't heard from them since. But I swear I used to get people saying, where's all the poop? Where's all the poop? I mean, they were so concerned about where the poop was. And I started showing where the poop was, and they quit saying it. I mean, I'm like, man, that's just kind of funny. Women's in uniform, men in uniform, all uniform. I think these people are right out of Central Casting. Venetian shells. Horseshit awnings. Flat Earth asterisks. In case you need those. That looks like something was taken off the top of that. That's my thinking. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Okie dokie. I don't see much else there. It's got my eye. February 1940. The snowballs fly at Central Grade School in Chillicothe, Ohio. Probably just butchered that. Sorry. Oh, he's got the snowball. And it's just I just thought this was a cool picture for winter. You know, it's nice and cold, you know, today, and it's gonna get down to 20 tonight. Got the wood stove fired up. Got the pipes a dripping in case it freezes. You know that. But I don't think we're gonna get no snow this year. I don't know. I think they're manipulating the weather too hard now, and they've really messed nature up. Whatever nature is, I don't think it's working like it's supposed to, which sucks, because it certainly is not what it used to be. No doubt. Anyways, I just thought it was a cool picture. Very wintry. This is Florida night 1890s. Browns Landing, Rice Creek. Note the enormous 18 by 22 inch mammoth plate view camera set up on the bow of the Princess. And the Princess is the boat they got going here. There's Boss Man, and that's the plate glass camera. That's the kind of camera they would shoot these photographs with that you're viewing here. And I just thought this little thing, you know, is cool. It's got the eagle with the ball, you know, representing the Phoenix and the Mercury. I just thought it was interesting. Just a neat photograph. That looks awful gatory. Check out that old box camera. That's a tiny one. Just neat. 1907, a bird's eye view of Wabash Avenue in Chicago, showing the celebrated L, or elevated railway. Got ether finials up here, ether antenna. Lots of brick, of course. Gotta have brick. Working man there. And we got pavement light. We got ventilation underground right there. I think there's some pavement light there. Hard to tell, but that is definitely pavement light there, and there, and there, and there, there, there. Lots of pavement light. In case you need, you know, to have some of that around. I don't know what that doodad is. Not sure. There's a clock. Got a, what they would consider a Jewish star, but it's also an as above, so below. Arched windows. Purdy. Okay. These type are just so decorative. Interesting. Just so overkill for this time period. I wonder if that's the Phoenician lady. I can't tell from the angle. Well, let's see. Arched windows. Oh goodness, I'm so lost. These were portholes. Look like they've been changed or something. Might be a Phoenician lady there. Crappy fire escapes, we added those. Check out that finial right there. It's like a little man on top or something. Got their antenna. You get lost in these pictures. As always, the pictures will be in the description. You can go in and look at these yourself and do your own research, add them to your collection. You know, I think these things, you know, at some point are going to be traded in the Mudflood community as like playing cards. They go have the, you got a Wabash Avenue, Chicago, 1907 on hand? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It'll be playing cards. Playing pictures. Mudflood playing pictures. Oh my gosh. Cold cover, cold cover. There's Fred. Fred's the horse built America. Ladies in uniform. That's Boss Man right there. Let's see. Sorry, I like to read signs. If I see anything interesting, I'll holler it out to you. Old car. This is the EL elevated train. These were real popular at one point. I'm undetermined whether I think these are old world or new world. Undetermined. The verdict's still out on that one, and I've not done the research on it, and I'm not going to go either way until I have. Hotel Alhambra, 1925. I think that this is in Los Angeles. I don't have it labeled here, but I think this is Los Angeles, to believe. Look at that doorway. Oh, thing is huge. Look at these windows right here. And this is just ridiculous. Look at how the dirt is up here. And the building goes into the dirt right there. I saw this picture looking up some research on a hotel in LA the other day, and ran across this picture and just stood out to me that it's very odd. LA, they did a lot of they did the same thing in LA they did in Seattle, where they sluiced the hills, the Mudflood hills. They sluiced them out of there. So just very interesting. Indianapolis, Indiana, 1907, Union Traction Company, Union Terminal Building. Blah blah blah. That'd be old glass dome there. Got archways, arch windows. I wouldn't doubt if there's some pavement glass there, but I can't tell. Got a barbershop. And that right there is suspicious for pavement glass, but I'm not sure. There's a trap door. Yeah, that's definitely, oh yeah, oh no doubt. Oh my, that's all pavement glass right there. Those are pavement light right there. All that, all that, all that, all that, all that, even that. That's all pavement glass. That's all pavement light, every bit of it. Eagle sitting on a ball representing Phoenix and the Mercury. Got Mercury. Bring back my Mercury to me, to me. There's a reason I'm not a singer, as you have just been informed. That's Boss Man right there. That's a weird bike. Where's your ass go? Oh, I see. It's got this. Okay, that's not. I thought that was part of the bike. I'm like, that don't even make sense. Okay, that makes sense. I got you. Never mind. Tourist field, old ether lights, big ass archway. Good grief. Check out the old electric car. There's Fred. Fred's the horse built America. You see his old ears right there. There's Wilbur right there. He's over there helping out. The arch window here. A little misty. Misty? Mincy? What? I don't know what it means. Ooh. Oh, little minister. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Owl. Tartarian owl, maybe? Just a thought. It was one of the symbols for Tartaria. We know that. Oh, yeah. Look at that sacred geometry there. Very interesting. There's some lions up there. Tartarian lions all the way across the top. That's a lot of Tartarian lions there. Look at that brickwork. Oh my goodness. Tourist fields. Wow, that's some really nice brickwork. Look at the detail of how all that brick goes together. That's impressive. Mr. Contractor. Mr. Contractor. Now, I know that you can build you a stick frame building. You think you know how to construct everything in the world because you could build you an outhouse. What I'm telling you is now that this building is above your pay grade. Just saying. You ain't qualified with a big old ether antenna on top. Look how thick that sucker is. And this thing kind of looks vanilla skied, but it's hard to tell. It's got that weird paint, spray paint look to it. But I don't know. Jacksonville, Florida, 1910 Hotel Seminole. I need to do a video. I wish I should do a video on this one time. I used to go urbexing and paranormal investigating with some real deal paranormal investigators back in the day. And one of the places we went was this place in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was called School 4. And it's this abandoned schoolhouse that was a old Tartarian building. I know that now, but you know, big old brick building, and it was the fourth school in Jacksonville, Florida. And it's today, I don't know, it might be gone now, I'm not sure, but it was right beside Interstate 4, literally as you're driving through Jacksonville, Florida, and you look down off of I-4, you're looking at the roof of School 4 as you're going through downtown, which was really cool. But we went there, and that was a creepy-ass building, man. Got a barber pole there. You got some underground action right here. Probably you walk down here, and there's some stairs. Got your ladder. That's high tech right there. That's Mr. Contractor. He's working there. That's Fred and Wilma. They're out together, you know, working together today. You got pavement light right here, and here, and here, and here. Ladies in uniform, more pavement light. Old car, more pavement light. Ladies in uniform, more pavement light, more pavement light, more pavement lights. All over the place. Pavement light, pavement light. And this is interesting how they've got a enclosed area here to eat in an outdoor patio area here. That's kind of cool. And look at look at these poles. I mean, old chintzy poles, man. And then this is the Hotel Seminole here. In case I ain't told you, this is the Hotel Seminole, and check that out. I mean, tell me that doesn't look techie. Like some kind of power thing or something. I don't know. It's wild looking. See, Hotel Seminole. I think it's got some heads on it somewhere. Those are interesting right there. I'm sure can't tell what the symbology is. Oh yeah, it's got heads. And then these are, I guess that's supposed to be an eagle right there. And then you got the Seminole Indian right there. See, and I tell you that right there, these eagles and these Seminole Indians, they, to me, my opinion is that we added those. I don't think those were original. They look too touristy to me. They remind me of something you'd see at Disney World. But I don't know. It's just an opinion. And everybody's got opinion. Oh, arch windows back here. Anyways. This is 1909, Toledo, Ohio, the lobby of the Hotel Secor. And just I've been asked to show more interior shots, so I'm going to try to show some more interior shots. Oh, got a flat earth asterisk right there, in case you need that. Just some of these interiors are just phenomenal. There's that kind of a weird shieldy looking thing. Reminds me of the fasciste right there in a way. That beautiful light. Wow, that's really cool. Look at that skylight. Oh man. Look at this scene back here. Wow, is that a star fort maybe? I don't know. Is that the pyramids? That looks like the pyramids, don't it? Hell, I don't know. It's like a Phoenician wave there. Look at all those ghost people. That's wicked. Oh wow, that's cool looking. Look at that dude. Oh, that's cool. Tell me that's not a record cover right there. Damn, that's badass right there. I like that. Those big ass columns. There's Boss Man. Ghost Boss Man. These lights are really cool. These little globy lights, those are really cool. Tourist fields here. I don't know, just beautiful architecture. Just amazing. 1941, rain, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And rain always makes things cool. That's why they use rain. Well, they make it look like it's raining at night in movies, because it just cinematically it looks so cool. They love making it rain. Or wet. Onion domes. Big old doorways. Anyways, moving on. Got Lincoln Monument, Oak Ridge Cemetery, Springfield, Illinois, between 1900 and 1906. And it's a big old obelisk. Another one. Because, you know, we're Egypt. I don't know. It's part of the free energy system. And why are we going underneath? Which is interesting. Ladies in uniform. Got the hidden hand. No, I don't. I think that's reversed. I don't think that's hidden hand. I think that's dude in his jacket. I know somebody's gonna say that's the hidden hand, but yes, it looks like the hidden hand. But I don't think that's actually what he's doing. But who knows? Yeah, there's some horse shit for you. Yeah, more horse shit, more horse shit. They just added these statues. I think Lincoln might have been old world dude. Eagle symbology representing the phoenix and Mercury. Florida Lee representing the flat earth and the Taurus field. Looks like a porthole there. Another porthole. Florida Lee porthole. Portholes here. Very interesting. It's a weird obelisk. And it's obviously buried in mud. In case you ain't figured that out yet. Anywho, we got Little Rock, Arkansas, and 1908 City Hall. And there's Fred. Fred is the horse that built America, and he is taking him a rest because he's tired of dragging all these bricks around. There's Boss Man. Getting the Boss Man done. We got crooked ass phone poles because we can build phone poles that are crooked. That is what we do. Arc light. That's a flat earth asterisk there. Just double it, reverse it on the bottom. You got Mudflood windows there. Check out underneath there, underneath the stairs, because they added the stairs. They added these stairs too. Taurus Field, City Hall. What in the world? Weird. Oh, I see. That's a counterweight for that arc light right there. It goes over here, and they can take it up and down to change the light. Weird. Flat earth asterisks all across the top here. Are you starting to see the asterisks, y'all? Etherfinial. I mean, you're going to start, at some point, you're going to realize this asterisk is important. I'm telling you now. Some of y'all might be out there talking about, no, that's just a design in the art, in the architecture. That's all that is. You will see one day. You'll understand. You'll get it. It'll hit you. Look at the mud right in front. You know, they call this landscaping. That's not landscaping. That's mud. Got a door going into the underground or something there. Garage company office. So there's stairs or something there. A door. Anywho. Old Massachusetts mills on Merrimack River between 1900 and 1910. And I thought, you know, you got a lot of smokestacks that ain't smokestacks. And I thought these were just big old buildings. Oh, check out these arches down under here. Very interesting. Arched windows. More arches there. More arches there. Some kind of chute dump or something. I don't know. These are just big buildings. I don't know. It's just very big buildings for this day and age. It's a lot of brick. Got to get all that brick counted. I was just taking a break and watching a documentary on brick making today, and it was a tour of the largest brick manufacturer in America. And it was saying that they could make 5 million bricks per man per year. And, you know, that sounds impressive until you find out all they make per year in the country's largest brick manufacturer today in, you know, 2020, 2021, 2022, whenever the video was done. It's a recent video. That their manufactured capabilities are 200 million bricks per year. Today. So that gives you an idea of, you know, how few bricks were being made back in the day. Oh, and these aren't the good bricks now. These aren't old Tartarian bricks. These are old those shitty ones with the holes in the center. So, just saying. Different kind of brick there, buddy. Scrub cartouche. Got an opening in the underground right here. Big old arch windows. Tourist fields. Looks like something scrubbed off these circles here. We chiseled, banged that into the stone there. Something was removed here. Looks like they had joists going in here. It looks like this thing went higher. That's what it looks like, or something. Something ain't right there. Something's missing. Those are pretty archways right there. And we got Minneapolis, Minnesota, 1905 West Hotel. We got Fred on the job getting the horsing done. Ladies in uniform. Little girls in uniform. Pavement light right there. Windows into the underground. Windows into the underground there. More pavement light right there. Tourist field. Lady looking up talking about, damn, this place is incredible. Coal hole cover there. Billards. Such a weird word, billards. That's something weird going on right here. There's those ball thingies. There's that white and red brick striped business. Some people say that represented power centers or something like that. Tourist fields there. I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. Look at the horseshit stairs we made there, and there, and there. Interesting. Big old archways. Look how big that arch is. Good grief. Scrub cartouches. Very pretty. Arched windows. Tourist fields. That's a pretty building. Looks kind of vanilla sky, don't it? It looks like it's been modified there. Pyramid symbology. Looks like it's part of the old wind catcher right there. Pyramid symbology there. Got an unscrubbed cartouche there. Got something on it. Hard to tell what it is though. Phoenician shell right there. Looks like they removed something from that. Yeah, it looks like, I bet they had a wind catcher on top of this thing and they removed it, or it burned down or something. That's a hell of a building. Alright. Nashville, November 1910. Got pavement light there. Looks like a delivery boy. What you peeking at there, fella? I used to always stop in Nashville at a little, well, I guess it wasn't little, but it was a pool hall and microbrewery I don't remember what it's called, but it was right across the street from the Hard Rock Cafe. And I'd have lunch there. And as I was passing through Nashville, because I passed through there a lot, there's Fred's Horse Built America. And this place, they had nice sandwiches, and I hated the Hard Rock. Hard Rock Cafe's food sucks. But I would stop in there, and they would have a chocolate beer. And the first time I ever tried it, I thought, man, that's a ridiculous idea. New York, 1905 Miniature Railway in Coney Island. But chocolate beer, that was good. That was really good. And I've never seen it anywhere else. Check that out. That's cool. Look at that tiny locomotive. That was a thing back then. I think when they talk about the Underground Railroad, that they're talking about these. I think these trains were actually the Underground Railroad. The lions on the side there. Boss man. Ladies in uniform. Yeah, I think there actually was an Underground Railroad. Those are cool lights. I think there was an Underground Railroad, and when they say that the slaves were escaping via the Underground Railroad, I don't think they were actually talking about an underground escape system. I think they were talking about an actual underground railroad. And I think they used miniature trains, and they had narrow gauge track right there. That's narrow gauge track. And I think they actually had trains that went through underneath in tunnels. Check that guy out. He's cool. That's flat earth asterisks right there all over that. Got all those ether lights all over the place. But yeah, I don't know what ride this is, but it's interesting. And we got New York City, 1909. Blackwell's Island Bridge, East River. Blackwell's Island is now Roosevelt Island, and today the span is called the Queensboro, or 59th Street Bridge. That's a hell of a bridge right there. Check that old ship right there. Look at the massive freaking arch there. That's crazy. I guess that would be considered a viaduct arch. Maybe. I think that technically is. Look at the mud flooding on that house right there. So that sucker goes down in the ground. Anytime you see this, just look down. Just get down and get in the basement, because you know there's something underneath it. Terracotta Works. I don't know what that is. Interesting. That's a wind catcher right there. Talk about technology. Look at that. I wonder what they're powering the bridge for. Yeah, that's tech. No doubt. That's a heck of a bridge. Very cool. New York City again. 1913 Hotel Netherlands, 5th Avenue. And we all know there was a bunch of money down on 5th Avenue. There's one of them tourist cars. That thing's so weird. Tauruses. Check out those lights. Damn. It's like ventilation in the underground right there. Coal hole covered there. There's Fred's Horse Built Americas with Wilbur, his cousin. They're hiding something right here. No doubt. Can't see what it is, but they're hiding something. Look at that big ass arch. More of those big pretty lights. There's one of those outcropping doors, which we added because the doors were too big. More horses. Look how big those storefronts are. Tourist fields. More tourist fields. That's beautiful. Just beautiful architecture. New York was here when we got here. I'll tell you that right now. There's a porthole. That's part of a wind catcher. Porthole there. And that is very odd that you would put a window right into a chimney. And chimneys, we know, weren't chimneys. And I question maybe that we added that chimney. I don't know. That don't look right. I don't know. Phoenician shell. Ether antenna right there. Mercury ball on top looks like. Oh, what are we gonna have? What do we got? Okay, pyramid. Weird arch right there. Another porthole. Arches all over the place. Huh. Hey, LC King, if you're out there, you sent me a chat earlier message. Want me to look at a symbol? I didn't recognize the symbol before, but that right there is jumping out at me. From what you said, I could be wrong. I might be not remembering it right, but does that kind of look like what you're looking for? I don't know. Let me know. Okay, porthole there, diamond, the pyramid symbology, flowers, ether finial. Check that out. Wow. Ether finials, ether antenna up there, portholes all over the front. Very cool, very freaking nice. Those balconies. What a friggin' world, man. There's Boss Man, he's back there. In case you need to know where he is. Look at these old weather lights. Looks like this removes something out of here. New York's so big. It's like the dripping fruit, maybe. It looks vanilla skyed also. Can't prove it though. Okay. We got New York City again. 1908 Chinese Opera House. 5 through 7 Doyers Street. What do we got? This is covering something probably. I would guess that there's a grate, metal grate under here that shows a window or a door underneath. And that, I believe, is pavement light right there. Trap door. That horseshit piping we had to put in later. I believe we added those fire escapes. Ventilation to the underground right there. There's another wood plank that they've put over. There's probably grating right here, and they were falling in, so they tried to make it so it was safer. Chinese Opera House. Very interesting. Okay, moving on. You got New York City, 1921 Equitable Trust Building and Hotel Biltmore. And what we got? We got pavement light there. Something weird there. Not sure what it is. I can't tell if there's any more pavement light. All that's pavement light right there. And there is pavement light. There's probably more pavement light there. Pavement light was all over the freaking place, man. It was very, very popular. Until it failed, and then they started getting rid of it. And then that's why a lot of people have never heard of it. And it was very important to the cover-up, I believe. At their antennas, looks like it's been vanilla skied to me. Tough to tell on that one. There's that, paint spray can brush. If you're in Microsoft Paint, it looks like that to me. Guy hanging out a window. Alright, and we got New York again, 1921 Starlight Park Amusement Complex surrounded by factories in the Bronx. And I believe the Bronx was definitely there prior to New York being found. I believe all the buildings were there. Possibly even in ruins at that point. I think that might be why they came up with the narrative that the underprivileged tore the Bronx up and they burned them down and things like that. I think that was something they came up with. We got ether antenna. Check out this thing right here. And that's supposed to be a factory in the Bronx, like the wall or something. I don't know. That don't make sense. I don't know. Got a roller coaster in the back. Maybe they're talking about, I don't know. Maybe that's the factory. I don't know. Look at this rock thing. Cascade. People are so freaking strange back then. That's a big boy. One gal in the middle of all them fellas. Poor thing. I know they harassed her. New York, new post office on 8th Avenue circa 1912, enlarged in 1934. It's now called the James Farley Building. It was enlarged. As it, Fred didn't have enough room already. Windows on ground level. There's your high-tech technology there. Check out those lights. Got an outcrop we built right there. Big old arch. Looks like something was removed here. It looks techie right there. I bet we added these stairs. Tourist fields. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from their swift completion of their appointed rounds. Reminds me of that movie, The Postman. That's a good movie if you've never seen it. I love the scene where they're watching The Sound of Music, and he turns the film off or something, and they freak out on him and they start playing. They start throwing rocks at the film projector or something. I don't know. It was funny. That's a good movie. You should check that out. Phoenician shell, Phoenician waves. Some business up on top there. What's back in the back there? What's we got going on? Okay. Those are cool lights there. That's just a big ass building. And we got 1914 Table Boy in Montgomery, Alabama, a drugstore. And that boy is just straight serious. As a working boy. That's a cool photo right there. That's just cool. That reminds me of a nice record cover right there. So you could take him out, and you could Photoshop the arm in here, and then have that, and that'd be a cool record cover. Call it Sandwich. The Sandwich record. I don't know. Anyways, I got that crystal. Weird picture. Pretty marble. Anyways, this is what I was wanting to really show you. Was this great? This is prior to Pavement Light. This is what they had. This was the original way that they hid the windows, and they realized really quickly this was a bad idea. Very dangerous. So they got rid of these. And then look at the gap here. It's just so stupid. And then right here, I'm unsure. I think this is a grate also, but I'm not positive. I don't think it's Pavement Light, but it's either grate or Pavement Light. Now I'm going with grate. But I'm not positive. But that's just interesting. That's why I wanted to show that picture. And we got Philadelphia 1907 entrance to Keith's Theater. Bowler hat men. That's Boss Man right there. Scrubbed cartouche. It kind of looks like the suit of armor that's empty. Here's one of those touring cars. These things are so freaking weird. What a weird thing. Look at this fella. Look at this. Is that a man or a woman? I don't know. That's debatable. People they just look like they got sticks up their asses, every one of them. Like, where did these people come from? They feel so privileged. I don't know. I don't get it. That's pretty right there. Look at those Tauruses. Look at those lights. Whoa, baby. Man, I wonder what was in that. That's, wow. That looks like something was taken out of a Venetian shell. Got a stripe. I see that a lot. Stripe across the cartouche. I don't know what that means. That's scrubbed cartouche. Taurus field. I'm expecting a green man to jump out of that thing. Look at that. Oh man, oh gosh. Scrub cartouche. And they put this horseshit, Keith's New Theater. You know that shit wasn't original. It don't even look original. It don't even look like it goes there. There's no way that horseshit sign goes. Look at those stairs, how steep those stairs are. You break your damn neck on them things. I don't know who's making them stringers. Jeez. Estes. That name's always been weird to me. That's pretty. That's just incredible. Probably Detroit, 1910. It's a gas company, a worker with pipes and an air compressor. I just thought this was just interesting. Working man. Gosh, he looks familiar. I don't know why. Mudflood Winters back in the background. Boss man, obviously. There's a compressor. There's a very old compressor. I bet that sucker would be worth big money now. People love stuff like. I bet you if you had that right now, it'd still work. Jeez. Creepy kid. Okay. That's pretty right there. Alrighty. San Francisco in the aftermath of the DEW attack, earthquake, DEW attack and fire April 18th, 1906. So basically they thought they would just destroy San Francisco. San Francisco is serious high weirdness. Whatever happened there, that's Bossman right there. Whatever happened there is very strange. I don't know what they did. I don't believe the narrative. Look at those old lights, man. Wow. This was definitely something different. This was not, whatever happened here was not what happened everywhere else. I don't think. Portholes all over the deck, wind catcher. There was a reason they had to get rid of, excuse me, San Francisco. They had to get rid of San Francisco. Postal telegraph. They had to get rid of San Francisco for some reason. I mean, it was too big or something. Look at that right there. That's interesting. That looks very odd. Obviously they had fire coming out here. They probably just use scalar technology on these buildings, but it's more than that. There's something about San Francisco they don't want us to know. There's too many secrets, too many anomalies. God, I mean, look at that. It's like a whole nother level. Horse fields, big ass arches. Look at the scale of that little midget to that. I mean, that's just incredible. And then you got all these people just not a bit of dirt on them in their Sunday best, strolling around. I mean, just looking. And then you got all this rubble, yet the streets are clean. I mean, there's freaking anomalies out the wazoo at their antenna. And you have to factor in the trip down Market Street film, no doubt. I mean, you get to the end of the film, as John pointed out, John Levy, for all you that don't know who John is. I mean, it's a first name. It's like saying Madonna at this point. But John was pointing out that at the end of the film, and he was correct, and I had actually seen this a long time ago. I just didn't think, I thought that I wasn't seeing it right. I thought maybe I was not correct, but I thought it said the 896 were, and there was no 1 or an I before it. It said AD like 896, and that's what I thought it said, but I wasn't sure. And then he said it on his video. I'm like, well, dang, maybe I'm not seeing things. So that was really cool that, you know, someone else was seeing it too. So that was glad, because I think that's a very interesting clue that has been unveiled. I wish we could analyze that better. I turned the photograph negative to look at it And I think that was an interesting way to look at it, but it still looks, to me, clear as day to be, no 1 or I before the 8. But that's my opinion. I stand with John on that one, no doubt. Hell, I stand with John anyways, because, I mean, he's got his game on, So, moving forward. Springfield, Massachusetts, 1908, Smith & Wesson factory. Now, this is an interesting factory. It's like a little hill here, so the door's below ground level, because ground level's here. Fella's staring out the window. Big old arch windows. See little scrubbed cartouches with a sash across them. Look at that right there. That's just odd. Reminds me of an old 80s video game. I don't know which one. Maybe Asteroids or Space Invaders, I think. That's what it reminds me of. This is odd right here. It looks like there was a window here at one time and they bricked it in. I don't know. That's odd. Look at these people hanging out. Everybody's just looking out the damn window. This is Smith & Wesson factory. Better not be taking pictures. Look at this weird thing. And that was obviously an addition we added. It reminds me of the Amityville Horror House. Oh. I used to love horror movies until I did Urbex's paranormal investigations back in the early 2000s, and once you do that, it's like horror movies. They're just boring. Once you experience the real deal, that stuff is just not. Horror movies just aren't scary. I used to like them. Scarier the better, but I just don't. I mean, they just don't scare me anymore. They don't have that same thrill. I don't know. That looks like a Star of David right there. I can't say that it's not. Sure looks like a Star of David. Or as above, so below. And no, I'm not Jewish. If you really want to know, I'm a pantheist. And that is the belief that all is God. That brick right there, that one right there, that's God. But wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. That one right there is God too. Hold on. Hold on. And that little cartouche right there, that's God. And that window pane right there, that's God. And that dude's nose right there, that's God. Okay. And everything else in between is God. That beautiful brickwork right there is God. That smoke right there is God. That mud right there, that's God. That fire extinguisher, yep, that's God. I'm a pantheist. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Mormon. I believe in no religion. I was born and raised a Christian, and I have since upgraded my thinking and my spiritual practices and beliefs to a whole nother level. So I've let go of the third dimensional construct of the control mechanism that is called religion. And now I am moving forward into the reality that is coming, not the reality that is going. And we have Walkerville, Ontario, circa 1905, Hiram Walker and Sons Bottling Works. And these old factories just interested me. I believe these factories, a lot of them are just old world. Look at these arches they've bricked in. That's interesting. But I believe these factories are old world, and I think we found them and utilized them. But what I want to show you here is I'm interested in these pulley systems. I believe this is old free energy tech. Now, I believe these systems, which would run into these rods would turn, they would go to what they say were steam engines. And they would run these belt-driven, they would turn this right here, this pipe here, would turn, and this would turn this wheel, and this wheel would turn this belt, and this belt would turn this belt, or this wheel, and that wheel would turn the motor on the machine, or it would turn the machine. And supposedly it was run by steam, but there's Boss Man right there. Don't he look like something out of a movie? But the I think that the old this old belt driven system, I think that the free energy was involved in that, and then they removed, when they removed the free energy, that they converted it to the steam powered motors, or maybe the free energy started up the steam powered motors or something. But I think they were part of the free energy system. Just my thinking. Washington, 1925, Tepper Building, Standard Engraving Company, 470 Louisiana Avenue, Northwest. If that means anything to anybody. And we got Mudflood window down here, so there's ground level. That's, look at that. Oh, okay, and we got Mudflood windows. Got something going on under there. Looks like maybe there's stairs back there, but it's hard to tell. Can't tell. Definitely got stairs here going down into there. I mean, that, seriously, you designed that on purpose, Mr. Contractor. Mr. Contractor. I need you to explain yourself, please. Look at that. That tree is whack. Yeah, Phoenician shell, but look how that tree looks with all that. I don't know what that is. That's so weird. Oh, I don't know. That's weird. That might be like mold or something on the negative side. I don't know. That's really weird. More underground there. Look at the horse shit there. Look at horse shit. Oh my gosh, it's too much horse shit. There's something weird on that. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that brickwork there, man. Oh, that's pretty. Big ass arches. Man. That's a flat earth asterisk right there. Got your vertical, your horizontal, and your X. It's everywhere. It's in different forms. Sometimes you have to look harder than others to see it. Look at that big ass door. Look at those people. They're just high enough to look out the window. Oh my God, that's funny. You're killing me. Seriously? Like, I was just wondering, like, I wonder how, and look how high that door handle is. A child couldn't even get in that door. They wouldn't be able to get to the door handle. Or they'd have to stand on their tiptoes or something. Look at that arched window covered in. Oh man, this building is horse shit. See, that's what the window would have looked like right here. And I bet you that one right there went down in the ground. Wow. How cool is that? Washington, circa 1925. And I just like the juxtaposition of this photograph, where in the foreground we have obviously horse shit that we have done. I mean, there's no freaking question that we were involved in making this. I mean, they called him Mr. Contractor, and he framed this up and got this up going here. I mean, that's definitely Mr. Contractor work right there. But then you got juxtaposition of the old world building in the background that they say that they're building. And more than likely, I would say that, you know, this is probably a found building that was in construction, and they just put up this horse shit to make it look like they constructed it. I'm not believing the narrative they're selling here. Sorry. I'm not buying it. We got Mezker Brothers Iron Company, St. Louis, Missouri, catalog. And let's see what we can look here. This is a building that they supposedly facaded with their cast iron facading. So this like cornice work and the fascia here, right here is a facade. The facading is made out of metal, and it's not stone. And then they paint it, and it gives it a nice, really cool look. And you got you a nice Mudflood building there, obviously. And Smith Block, Wapingers Falls, New York, erected 1895. So they found that one in 1895. Let's see. I'm not going to read this to you. If you want to read, then it's, you know, on you. If I read you these things, you don't get it. You only get it if you read it. So I'm going to provide it to you and point it to you so you can look at it and do it. If you feel it's, you know, necessary for your research, go read it. You can learn a lot of things from reading these catalogs. I know I have. These are embossed steel ceilings. So those fancy ass ceilings that we see in the old world buildings. One thing I learned, and I learned this from reading these catalogs, is that the ceilings were made out of a sheet metal, and they would put them up and then paint them, and it looked like it was carved, you know, ceilings, that they were designed. I thought they were like wood carvings or something. They're not. They're metal, and that was my ignorance. And now I've gotten over that. And there's a fleur-de-lis style pattern there, and this is very Taurusy looking. So I imagine that is a Taurus. Got another fleur-de-lis here, which is a Taurus. That represents the flat Earth also. The Taurus representing the flat Earth is what it is. And let's see what else we can find. There's some more Taurusy stuff right there. That's kind of looking sort of Taurusy right there. Yeah, I'd say that's a Taurus. Yeah. And more Tauruses. I see Tauruses everywhere. And this is an installation here. And you can see they got this one on the walls too, because they used it on the walls as well, but mainly on the ceilings. It didn't seem to. I imagine it was expensive, and or I've also seriously contemplated whether it was already on there. I'm not so sure that we did this. I kind of really think that these were already installed when we found the buildings, and that they were part of the free energy system to help the energy move around the room, and that they came up with these catalogs and these companies later on to say, hey, this is how they got there. So this is, I really think that these companies that supposedly made this stuff were actually cover-ups. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't find the factories and figure out how to continue manufacturing the products. I think that's possible as well, but I think originally that these came from, they were found on the found buildings, and they had to come up with a narrative as to how the hell they got there. because they knew eventually people would find them. You know, figure out, oh wait, that's not stone. Oh wait, that's metal. Oh wait, that's, you know, something that was installed. Wait, when did that get installed? Oh, well, here's a catalog. Oh, well, this is where they ordered it from. I think they covered their butt by doing that. And there's a, you know, nice facade of a building. Here's some more ideas, and I'll leave a link to this catalog in the description. Little Phoenician shell there. Complete house fronts. Huh. That's interesting. Complete house fronts as manufactured by us are no longer an experiment. Their reputation is firmly established. Well, that's odd. No longer an experiment. What interesting wording. Is ground plane certain? Yeah, you can learn lots of little details from all this mess. They have a lot of this in the Tribeca neighborhood of New York. You can find this stuff still on the walls. They're just it's part of the look of the neighborhood, and they've maintained it. I think a lot of this stuff actually failed when they didn't paint it, and it started rusting. Phoenician shells. Interesting symbology there. Phoenician shells, Phoenician shells. But just, man, that's interesting right there. Whew. I bet these things were really cool. Get you some columns here. Steel seals and vestibule plates. There's the installation of a little blueprint there. I'm interested in how things go together. How'd all this stuff connect? Venetian shells. Got a Taurus there. Sun. Taurus. Fleur-de-lis. Venetian shells all over these. Another shell. Urns have an octagon base. So it's called an urn. That's interesting. Fleur-de-lis. Pyramid symbology. Fleur-de-lis. You get a fake steel brick facade. Okay. Wow. Car lines. Okay. There's some kind of awning, it looks like. Right there. There's a those are coal hole covers. There's pavement lights right there. There's a trap door for the sidewalk. That's a coal hole cover with pavement lights in it, by the way. Iron vault light. See? That's interesting. It already has the fire escape drawn in. I think those came later. It's a weird barn door. Oh, this is really weird. This right here goes underneath the sidewalk, and it opens up to the trap door I showed up here. Okay, that would be the opening, and they had different sizes. But the idea is that trap door is above here. Okay, and then they would lift up and down using this mechanism, this elevator system, and you could lift things up and down, to get down to the basement. So I believe this is old world tech right here. Here's some more. There's an elevator system. This is a dumbwaiter. That's very interesting. I've never seen the mechanism of a dumbwaiter. That's really cool. But this is kind of like, but I believe these were electric also, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this is really weird. Look at these. These boxes are designed to go on these freight elevators. And look at this one. Let's see, number 3. 6 foot. Okay, 6 foot 6. 6 foot 6, 6 foot 6 by 6 foot 6. Or 13 foot by 6 foot by 6 foot. Wow. So, I mean, that steel plate cell, that is a prison cell. I mean, it's designed to be locked, and air holes. I mean, it's designed to have something alive in it. I mean, I could see maybe them putting animals that they were going to slaughter later, but that's super creepy. Look at that, a bunk. This is the kind of bunk you would see in a prison cell. Oh, that's so creepy. Okay, what we got here? Desk or counter railing. That is odd. Why would you need that? I mean, a bank maybe, but I mean, what is that going to stop? Iron fences with fleur-de-lis on them. And that's about it for that catalog. But like I said, that link will be in the description. Check it out for yourself. Might learn something. Here we got Vetrocemento Armato. And yep, I don't speak that language. But basically it is a company that sells, that's pavement light glass. That is too. And that, I believe, it's either pavement light or it's prism glass for the transoms, but I can't say for sure. I don't read. This looks like Italian, maybe. I don't read Italian. Okay, so this is in Saint Gobain. So this is the factory. I guess they found that factory. It's written in a different language. Somebody's going to have to. But this is giving examples of what they can do with pavement light. So this is a ceiling. It's arched out. Bunch of words we can't read. Or I can't read. Maybe you can read them. That's pavement light right there. Architectural specs for that. And see, that's the glass and then the cement that goes around it, and the wire infrastructure. So that piece was pavement glass. Okay, so that's how they're showing it. Okay, I haven't seen that kind before. Not a very nice one either. So here's underneath in some sort of restaurant or something. This, I mean, that looks like under the sidewalk, but this, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure. I can't read it to tell, but that's I don't know if that's it looks like a real location. It looks like it's hard to tell though. This looks real. I'm not sure about this, but maybe it is. I've seen stuff just like that was real, so I don't know. More pavement light, and they could do a lot of things. It's weird though, because a lot of these this style up in the ceilings, I've not found a lot of that's actually in real life. I have to wonder how much of this actually was around, because I have found very little of it, but I find lots of pictures like this with these incredible ceilings. I mean, but where this is all pavement light. It's all glass ceilings. But what, where this is, if this is real, I don't know. I just know they have catalogs that showed it, but I have not found a lot of evidence that they were actually real. And this is some photographs of how it's made. So they start out with, looks like putting a layer down, maybe of concrete. Then they put the wire pieces in. It's like kind of like a thin rebar. Then they lay the glass into the mold here, and then this is when they put the concrete in right here. And this was one thing I found was really interesting. I couldn't understand this at first until I found photographs like this, where I couldn't understand how they got the concrete in there without messing the glass up. And what they did was they just poured it in, and they worked it into the mold, okay, into the frame, into the mold, into the sidewalk. And then they would wipe off the glass. They would wipe the concrete off the glass. So they didn't worry about the glass. They just wiped it off. I thought that was just interesting. Ooh. Okay. Da-da-da. Here they're building a cupola. What else can we read here? I guess that's construction. I don't know. So they're making a dome here, and then they're gonna put glass on it. I think, yeah. Okay. So they're doing the same thing here, where they create the base, and then they put the glass on it. Okay, and then they'll fill it with concrete right here. And there's your wire. See? And they clean the glass off. And that's kind of what it would look like taken away, I guess, if you removed the interior. And I guess that's what it looks like underneath. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Oh, look at that. Wow. I mean, this is, I don't know when this we'll have to look at when this catalog was from, but that right there is like straight up Jetsons. There's early glass block. You know, I thought glass block was invented in the 90s. I remember I worked in the Home Depot when in the 90s, and I remember when glass block came in I thought it was new. I thought it was new for a long time. I thought it was a new product. It's an old product. It's been around a long, long time. That's all glass block there. Not that interested in glass block, but I think, there could be a, argument made that glass block could be old world. I guess he's installing glass block here. I guess that's another sin. I just don't know if they did a lot of this. I mean, maybe they did. Interesting symbology there. Very Mason looking. Oh, wow, that's futuristic right there. mean, that is just tacky as hell. What is that? I don't know. It's not going to tell me. I can't read it. So that's the inside of that building. Gosh, that's just as ugly as the outside. Damn. I don't know. I don't like that. Going down, going down to the bottom to see if there's anything. Italiano. Yeah, I was right. Hey, that was a good guess. And there's just some ordering specs. Whoop-de-doo. And I wanted to go see if we had a date. Let's see. Are you gonna give me a date? Anything. I'll take it. Where are you, date? They're not gonna give me a date, you son bitches. I can't believe they don't put a date on something. How am I supposed to track your naughtiness if I can't find a date? I don't know. Sorry. I do not see it unless it's in Italian. I don't speak Italian dates. I don't know. Anywho, the link will be in the description. You go look at it for yourself. And I got a bunch more catalogs, and I need to get them out and show them to you guys because I think they're good stuff, good research. Anywho, let's move on. Here we got 1954, a Buick Roadmaster in a 1953 photograph, and in a study for painted illustrations and advertising sales brochures. Anyways, I just wanted to show this photograph. It was interesting to me because I think it's important for you to know, and all of us to know and understand, that the media manipulates the ever-living hell out of our minds. And we need to remember to be very weary of trusting what they show us, because they are very manipulative, and they have the abilities to really screw with you. So we have to be vigilant in making sure that we're getting good information and from trusted sources, and doing our own thinking, mainly doing our own thinking, and not just believing everything that's shown to us. And I think this point will make itself. Anyways, thanks for being with me in 2022. I look forward to a good year, and I hope there's going to be good things to come. BEAGS out.
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.